Okay, before going, let's finish that two programs. Just replacing the XPath. That's the only change. No much change here. This is the one I'm going to use. Same code, only URLs are changing. That's it. URLs and XPaths are changing. And fetching the links is in the driver you will use. But here it is a section. But there it will come a driver dot find elements by dot XPath. That's the only change. I don't know why people are not able to replace the given XPaths also. Okay, let me show you that quickly. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
IMDb top 250 links first will do that. So in our blog, it is very clearly given the XPath with the URLs. This is the top 250 links. Just take this URL, replace it. That's it. And go here and open the URL and see that if you want the page title, if you want, you can see the page title also. IMDb top 250. That's a page title also. But I'll take from HTML title. This is the title. I'll just replace this title. Then here I need to fetch all the links from this web page. Fetch all the links from top 50, top 250 links. So here you put a driver dot. That's the only change. And by dot XPath, give the XPath. And the XPath I have given already here. This is the common XPath. It fetches all the links into a collection, right? All the links into a collection. So that you iterate it. So it basically giving the number of rows, this XPath. It is giving the number of rows in that thing. So I'll put here the name also proper, up to 50. So movie links. Okay. So in the for loops, yes, for loop you don't need to change also. Just your collection name only will change. That's it. This we don't need. And remaining thing almost similar. Here link name only XPath is changing. That's it. And URL time also XPath will change here also. I have given that parameterized XPath, just replacing that only, right? Why you are struggling here? And I asked one more, get the tooltip. Here, get the tooltip. Most similar code. Don't know why people are struggling in the, as it is, you have to give the everything. If I didn't give XPaths, okay, you need to struggle. So why you need to give same way? Because these are dynamically changing. So only one place the values keep changing, remaining all are similar. That is the reason we have to give like this. So only one place it is not going to common. So it is keep changing. That's why we have to give that. Here not click. Click is a void method, right? You have to give get attribute of title. So because in the title itself, this attribute tooltip will be there. Get attribute of href. So you will get every element at value. And you are getting the every link name. See that matter any changes here? Only the XPaths I'm commonly taking from there only. And why you need to struggle here? Everything you delete remaining thing, because just these three things only I'm doing from web page. This is the code, very simple code, and you can run now test case. Now you go and see here, so all are fetching. So if you want to beautify this, so just you place this tooltip we didn't print, right? So what you can do, you can just stop this because so we are not able to understand. So I'll just separate each link details. Just beautify this little bit so that it will be separated. Tooltip we didn't print. Let's print the tooltip also. That link name plus tooltip is repeat. That's it. You run this again. Now it will be easily going to give the values. My objective is I need to print this movie name and movie URL, movie tooltip I want. So and extra for you exercise, you try to get this rating for each link. That's exercise for you. Same code, you just need to add. I need to get the that tooltip, that rating. So 259, just you put equal to, automatically you will get that 250 link also. Same thing we need to do. That's exercise. What is the exercise you need to do? Fetch the rating for each movie. So try that. So another program I will show you. So another program, it's a similar code, and what we need to do as it is, because so top 35 inspirational movies, IMDb top 35 inspirational movies. So no change at all, only URL will change. This is the URL. These are particular section elements. The code, those section XPaths will be different. It's not in the entire page links we are doing here. It's only particular section. So I'll open them. So take the title of the page. This is the one. And fetch all the links from top 35 inspirational movies. So everything same, only XPath changes. That a common XPath I have given already there. So go to the, so this is the common XPath. See that common XPath to get all links into list. This is the common XPath you need to give. Everything spoon feedback I have given this. I don't know, people, nobody did. At least you tried. That I'm happy, but others, I don't know. So they are not at all care about what is happening. They don't want to write at all. You are not writing the the scenarios. You're never going to get a, so what is happening, how to code it. It's going to be a bigger problem for you in the real time. So this is the parameterized XPath. So you just need to copy and paste it. That's the only thing you have to do. Other than that, nothing here. As it is, you're replacing. You get the each and remove this double escape character, that is backward slash. So in the I before, and then paste here also. Similar XPath for getting the URL of the link. Each time I value will change, it will represent one link. And here also, and I'm going to click here each link. I'm going to click each link here, and here the click action you're going to do, and remove this return type is not the one. Click on each element, remove this, then it will go to next page, right? So next page title you need to validate. How can you validate next page title? So you just open, right? You click on the particular link. So this I'll click on this. It will go to next page. See that element, that movie name is there in the page title. So that's the validation. You can do that. So simply you can say, so wait dot until expected conditions dot title contains to the link name. See that I am not giving the, you don't need to give exact thing contains we are using, it will check that. Then you fetch the page title, movie link name, the link name plus the page title is. I can fetch here driver dot to get title method. Then you return back to navigate back home page. So driver dot navigate method dot back method over. You can see, let's run this, and you can see it is going to click. It is going to fetch first each link name, link URL, and then it perform the click action. It will go to next page. See that it's going to the next page and validate the page title and fetches the current page title, and it will go back to previous page, and then now it performs the second link. See now Rain Man. So like this you can validate each and everything. You see, it will validate automatically. You don't need to bother about that. See that. So URL also, Rain Man, page title is. So that's it. Whatever stack trace. Or a little bit of time also you can give. There is a expected condition failed waiting for a title. Maybe sometimes our network might be slow. Yeah, it is looking for this title, but This is in the same page. So what you can do after clicking, you just wait. You just wait here, right? After clicking, just put some thread dot slip. Just so 2 seconds I'm going to give. And your test case is not going to fail at all. And it will wait. After clicking, it will wait and it will continue. Okay, so let me use Chrome browser. It started Chrome browser. Okay, second link, third link, fourth link. There it might need a scroller. So this Chrome browser scrolling is happening, and Firefox browser scrolling might need. So we need to add a scroller. That is what we are going to learn. That also we can do how to scroll the pages. That's what we are going to learn today. Scrolling part, we're going to learn that. So now this is working in the every browser, right? So the only thing is you need to add extra so that it's keep moving. Every browser you have to add. Maybe if necessary, you need to add a scrolling. The scrolling we are discussing, that add that if you want to run on Firefox browser. Otherwise, it is working. So let's move on that next test case. Next scenario is I want to add cookies to the browser. I want to fetch all the cookies in the browser. I want to get each cookie name, and I want to delete specific cookie, and I want to delete all cookies. How can you do that? So I'll take similar, any website you can go, it doesn't matter. I'm just stopping here. Okay, let's stop this. And same, I'm going to take top 35 inspirational only. I'll just take copy and paste it that. So cookies test, I'm going to show you. So what is the cookie? A cookie is the one which remembers our history that you accessed previous. Because of cookies, so you're able to see your previous history. So that's a cookies. Sometimes a developer will give a functionality in cookie format. You need to add the cookie, then you will see the new feature in your application. You will give in the cookie format, then we need to add that cookie to the browser. How can you add the cookie to the browser? So that is what we are going to see that. So cookie test. And this is the same link I'm taking. And now first, I want to add a cookie. How can you add the cookie? So there is a cookie class in Selenium. Cookie class is there in Selenium. So just go to the documentation of Selenium and hit there. You can see all the cookie related class and their constructors. So many constructors it has. So Java API documentation, and then you can see frames, and in the alphabetical order, cookie class is there. Just look for the cookie class here. Here is the cookie class. So this class has many getter methods. All the getter methods are there. See that. So this is the cookie constructors, constructor overloading. This constructor overloading means you can add the cookie name and value. Basically, cookie has a different properties: name, value, path, domain, expiry date. These are the values will be there for every cookie. And you can create it with the name and value one cookie. So I'm going to take up this constructor. I'll create object for the cookie class, and I'll pass this cookie name and value. And then, so these are the methods, the getter methods. See, get domain, you can get the domain of that cookie. Get expiry, get name, get path, get same site, get value. These are all the methods in that cookie class. You can call all these methods one by one. So let's see how to utilize them. First, how to add cookie. Add cookie to the browser. How to add the cookie? So first create object for cookie class. Cookie, so ck equal to new cookie, and you need to give the cookie name, first one. See that here, the constructor, follow the constructors. I'm using this constructor. So if a class has a parameterized constructor, while creating object, we need to pass the parameter value. That's what I'm passing. So test the cookie, first parameter I given, second parameter I'm giving. Second parameter also string type. So I'm giving alphabetical order. So like this. So you can give your cookie. But this is throwing error. Why? So other package, right? You have to add import statement, then it will be solved. But you have to call the this you have to call the method add cookie method. Call the add cookie method to add to the browser. You just created here cookie object, but you didn't add that. We need to add that. So how to add? So this is the code. Driver dot manage method dot add cookie method is there. So then add that cookie object. Then it will add. So this is the 2 lines of code you have to write to add the cookie to the browser. Now I want to fetch all the cookies other than this test cookie. What are the other cookies are there in this browser with this website? So that fetch all the cookies in the browser. And so this returns a set collection and data type is a cookie data type. And cookie collection equal to and driver dot to manage method dot get cookies method is there. Get cookies method is there and it will fetch all the cookies. This method returns a set collection. So that's what I written, set collection. Set cookie is the data type. So that returns a set collection. And that collection, we got it here. Now you can find out how many cookies are there in this browser. So number of cookies in the browser. And just this cookie collection dot size method you call, dot size method you call, and it will automatically so prints that. Then what you can do, you create this collection to print all the cookies. Now I'll take a for each loop. The data type of cookie collection is cookie is the data type and C colon collection name. You just give the collection name and iterate it. And you can get each cookie name. I'm going to print each cookie name. Cookie name is plus C dot get name. And if you want cookie value, so cookie value is C dot get value. Next, same thing. So I want to fetch other values. Cookie domain. So just C dot get domain. I want to fetch the path also. Cookie path. So you can see C dot get path. And I want to fetch the expiry date of each cookie. So cookie expiry date. C dot get expiry is there. You can see that get expiry is there. So this will print all the cookies and okay. Now I want to delete a specific cookie. So delete the specific cookie. So how can you delete? So we have a method driver dot manage method dot delete. There is a delete cookie name. You can give a string or a delete cookie object you can give. So delete cookie name I'm taking. So that we have given a test cookie, right? I'll give the test cookie. Test cookie. So this I'm deleting. So it will delete. And then try to fetch all the cookies again. So try to fetch all the cookies, then print all the cookie names. You deleted one. So how many are there? You can fetch it. So cookie collection 1. So number of cookies after deleting 1 in the browser. So cookie collection 1 dot size. Now we'll delete all the cookies. How can I delete all the cookies? So driver dot so manage method dot delete all cookies is there. So then fetch. So how many cookies are there in the browser? If you delete all cookies, it should not be present. So this is the how to work with cookies, and this is the one, right? Number of cookies after deleting all in the browser. So run the program and you can see the result. See that? So after deleting all, 0 are there. So this is the cookie name, and see that every cookie has a name, and this is the value, very big one. Domain, IMDb. Path, this one. Expiry date. This is the cookie, and then value, this all these things. If you want to separate each and everything, you can separate. Just put so separate line, so that it's easy for the look and feel. So our test cookie also somewhere it is there. See, test cookie also somewhere it will be there. This is the one, test cookie, right? This is the value we have given. That's it. How to work with cookies. Next, how to scroll the pages. I want to scroll the pages. See, this is the scroll. I cannot see bottom side links, right? I cannot see bottom side links. How can you? So take this. How can you scroll down, right? That's what we are going to see now, how to scroll the pages. So let's see how to scroll the pages in different ways. So we can scroll the pages in different ways. So how can we do that? Let me show you that. How to scroll the pages. So to scroll the pages, we're going to use a JavaScript executor interface. There is a JavaScript executor in the Selenium WebDriver. That is another interface. So that interface provides a method, execute script method. So basically what this JavaScript executor will do is it will allow us to execute a JavaScript code in Java Selenium. So the interview question, how can you execute the JavaScript code in Java Selenium using JavaScript executor interface? So JavaScript executor, JS executor. Let's go here. JavaScript executor. See, this is the one. JavaScript executor. So this is an interface. So this is the normal child interface, and WebDriver is the parent interface for this. So this is a different interface. So indicates that a driver can execute a JavaScript code, any JavaScript code. You can execute using this method, execute script method. So execute script method, you have to pass the JavaScript, comma, and second arguments is optional arguments. These are optional arguments. So you can get any of those things. Now, let's see how to do that. So here I have given very clearly. And what is the JavaScript executor? It is an interface which allows to execute a JavaScript code in Java Selenium. JavaScript is different. Java is different. JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. Java is a server-side programming language. Both are different. Don't confuse with the Java and JavaScript. So I have to use this execute script method. Then I will use to scroll the JavaScript code. This is the code you need to write. Window dot scroll by, and you give up and down pixels. So up pixels don't give, because we are scrolling vertically down. This is the vertical scroller. So this is the vertical scroller you are using. That's why we have to give up as a 0 and down. Approximately you give how many pixels you want to scroll down. That's the how you can give this one. And then, so how many ways we can call this execute script method? Because this is implemented in all the browser classes. So one, you can use a event firing WebDriver class that triggers the events. Basically, that's the listener in the Selenium WebDriver. So what is the listener? It listens to your web element actions. That's how listener means. So what are the WebDriver listeners? Event firing WebDriver is one of the listener in Selenium WebDriver. And one more is also there, the listeners. WebDriver event listener is there. One more, WebDriver event listener. So this is the another one This is also an interface. But event firing WebDriver is a class. But WebDriver event listener is a interface. So these interface methods you can implement wherever you want. So what are all the methods are there? So many methods are there. I think they're deprecating so many methods. I think this entire thing they deprecated. So this entire thing they deprecated. Use event firing decorator and WebDriver listener. So okay. So instead of WebDriver listener, and they're asking to use event firing decorator. So this is the one, event firing decorator. So this is the class they're giving. Instead of that event firing decorator we need to use. So not that one. If you want event firing decorator, you can use extends this WebDriver decorator. So the before and after, whatever the actions you want to record, this listeners you can use. This is also class event firing decorator. But fine, but we have a event firing WebDriver is there. Event firing WebDriver. So event firing WebDriver is a class. Using this, we are scrolling. So first you create a WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver or new Chrome driver. Then you create object for event firing WebDriver, event equal to new event firing WebDriver, and that's event object dot execute script, and write this JavaScript code. So this is the vertically scroll down. So event dot execute script, window dot scroll by, horizontal and vertical you need to give. So this horizontal you give always 0 when you are scrolling down. So vertical scrolling you are doing, this scrolling you are doing, and use 0 horizontal, and vertical how many pixels you can give. Second argument you leave it a blank. Leave it blank. Now vertical scroll up. Scroll up, what you can do, you give a negative value so that it will scroll up. So that's how to scroll down and scroll up. And second one, using JavaScript executor interface also you can do that. So how can we do? Create object for WebDriver implementing classes, and then create a variable for JavaScript executor and assign that to WebDriver variable. WebDriver variable is a driver. So JavaScript executor is a JSX, and this is a driver. So this driver and JSX is not same, because driver is of type WebDriver interface and JSX is of type JavaScript executor interface. Both are different categories. That's why we need to do typecasting. So you convert the driver variable into JavaScript executor format. So in Java, I discussed that, typecasting. So typecasting is converting the one type of value into another format. So this is what I'm doing. Driver variable, I'm converting into JavaScript executor format. So this is the typecasting we applied here. And then, so JSX dot execute script. So window dot scroll by, horizontal and vertical you can give, and it will scroll down. And scroll up, if you want to do, you give a negative value of vertical pixels. Then it will scroll up. And then another thing is, how can you scroll into until visibility of particular element? Is another interview question. I want to scroll the visibility of particular element. How can you scroll? So that is what we are going to do here. So JSX dot execute script of arguments of 0 dot scroll into view of true, comma, so double quotes end, and this is the element name you give. Which element you are looking for that? So that element you scroll for that. So this line of code you can write in the previous example, it is failing there, right? So this element name you can pass there. So it is scrolling for this element, and it will scroll for that. And then you can do actions on that. This is the first, you can add this line of code for scrolling. Then you can continue getting the text and getting the href value, then clicking on that link. So that this is the line of code you have to write. So first write this line, and then write this line to scroll for particular element. Okay. The last one is I want to scroll for the keys. Based on the keys, there is a keys enum is there. Keys enum is there. Keys enum. This keys enum, all the keyboard keys are mentioned. All the keyboard keys are mentioned. Public enum keys. So enums. Enums contains only constants, right? So we discussed it in Java, and those keys enum contains all the keyboard keys. See this: add, alt, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right. You want to press all these keys on web page elements. You can use this keys constants. So backspace, cancel, clear, command, control, delete, divide, down. You want to scroll down. So this is the one we are going to use, a down key. End key, you want to go to end, or enter, you want to press the enter key. You can use enter. We already seen this, right? Enter key we called in the send keys. So all this you will call through send keys method. All these are these things. So let's see how to do that. And so how to scroll, and using this one you can scroll down, and these are all the keys. See, every key you can see these are in the keyboard, right? Every key you can see F1 to F12, all the function keys, and then you have equal keys, left to insert to home, help. Every key you can see, even numbers also, number 0 to number 9, page down, page up. So how can we do this? Let's see that one by one. Okay. So this is the, with this keys also you can scroll down. So that's what we're going to see here. See that. So driver dot find element by dot locator value dot send keys dot key name. Which key you need to scroll down, and this is the entire page you need to scroll down, right? That's why entire page is represented by tag name, body tag, HTML head body. So entire visible portion is represented by body tag. So that body tag you have to use. Based on the body tag, then sending the key, that is keys dot down key. You want to scroll up, driver dot find element by dot tag name, body tag, send keys of keys dot up, keys dot up. So this is the how to scroll up. So this is the all the things, different ways to scroll down and scroll up. Okay. Now how to take the screenshot. So we can write a reusable method. That reusable method you can call it back. So wherever you want. And also I'll show you how to take a screenshot of particular portion, particular element, how you can take a screenshot, particular section, how to take a screenshot, a particular element, how to take a screenshot. I'll show you our entire page, how to take a screenshot. So let's see that also. So how to take the screenshots. So this one, how to take the screenshots. So I have written a reusable method here. Basically, we have a takes a screenshot interface is there. Takes a screenshot interface is there. That interface provides a method, get screenshot as method is there. So that get screenshot as method returns for us a file type, byte format, and different formats it will give us. So takes a screenshot. So this is the one. Takes a screenshot and interface. So this will takes the screenshot of entire browser, indicates a driver or an HTML element that can capture a screenshot and store it in a different ways. See that file. So that means this method is returning output type as a file format. So file screenshot file takes screenshot of a driver and dot get the screenshot as output type dot file. So what is this output? Output is another interface. This interface contains all the constants. Constants, these are the constants. File, base 64, byte. These three constants are declared in this output type interface. So I have shown you in Java how to call interface constants. Interface name dot the constant name. So that's what I applied here. So interface name dot constant name. So these are the constants. Three constants they declared in this interface. So that we are using as a parameter for this get screenshot as what type of file you want. You tell in the parenthesis. So that type of screenshot you will get into one format. Then you can paste this into different locations where you want this file. You can paste that. Okay. Now, after this, so let's see, I have written a reusable method, right? So the reusable method is, this is the reusable method. Public static void capture screenshot. Okay, capture the screenshot. Method I have written, you can call this method wherever you want. I'm generating a dynamic screenshot. You write n number of times, you run your test case. It doesn't matter. Every time it will create a new screenshot for you. And file src file equal to take screenshot of driver dot get the screenshot as output type dot file. So what I'm doing, I'm getting the date, current date. So date d object equal to new date and screenshot name. So maybe you can, so parameter is the screenshot name also you can give. So the screenshot you can take as a parameter. You can give your own name. So screenshot name. So this d dot toString. So toString method, what it does, it converts the date into string format. Then on the string, I'm calling replace method. This dot colon will be there. Colon I'm replacing with underscore, and then the comma will be, the space will be there. The space I'm replacing with underscore dot jpg. So that is the jpg format I'm converting screenshot. So this screenshot I'm appending to the location. So system.get property of user.dir will give us current project directory where your project is there, the location plus and the path you can give. So where you want to store this screenshot, this file where you want to store, that you can give. So this is the one I'm going to write, and also this is the entire page it will take. And another one we need to write, how can you take a particular section or particular element. Section is also element, right? Like this. Suppose I want to fetch only this screenshot, only this portion. How can you get this? Or I want only this element screenshot I want. Or I want only this element screenshot. How can you get that element screenshot? So this get screenshot as method has for element or for a browser also. Element dot get screenshot as you can call. Or if you want the entire page, then you will do driver dot this one. Take screenshot of driver dot get screenshot as method you can call. Okay, so that's the one you can do. Now, so let's write all these programs so that at least a few of them here you can take up. Suppose I want only this section, but first you need to get this section XPath. Then you will get that section element screenshot. So let's see how to do all these things, right? How to do all these things, how to scroll the pages. I'll take up this website only, and then I'll do the show all the things. So let's write the program. And here we have anything on the bottom side, back to top. If it is there, you can do easily. Back to top is not there. So otherwise, I'll go to Amazon, do a search. Second batch, Priya, we don't have your batch today. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the one. I'm going to open this Amazon. Then I'll type something. I'll get the results. Right. I'll get the results. Suppose headphones, I'm typing, and I'll press the enter key. See, I'll get the results. So this results you can get, and otherwise, so you scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. And in the bottom side, there is a option here, back to top. You can see here, back to top. For this element, I want to scroll. So scroll for particular element also, I'll show you here. So how to do that? So let's see, let's say, target all these things one by one. So I'm going to write a new class. I'll take up any one cookies, right? Same thing we can take up and copy and paste so that we can avoid writing again. So scroll and take a screenshot demo. So both I'm showing here, scroll and take screenshot. Here you can see I'm going to take Amazon website. This Amazon.in. Let's take Amazon.in. Amazon.in, and this the so URL you can give just Amazon. I think the see Amazon.in is there, right? Amazon.in. First, when you without typing, Amazon.in will be there. Online shopping. The very big title will be there. So, but I'll give only. So let's see. Otherwise, we'll get the page title from here. Go. So you have head tag and title. Look for the title tag. This is the title tag. See, very, very big title is there. But at the end, Amazon.in is there. I'll use this Amazon.in. So I don't want to give complete. So Amazon.in we can use. And then I don't want all these things. So let's remove all these things. So whatever I need, I'll do that. First, what I'm going to do, I'll type the headphones in the search edit box. Okay. And driver dot. So find element. So by dot name. Let's use name. We didn't use name till now. So I'll use name locator. I think name we used in the beginning for the Google search. So there is different, right? You can see that. It's an input tag. ID is there, name is there, and class also there. Class is very big. I'll take name, field keywords. So then I want to type send case. So I'll give headphones. So after that, I want to press the enter key, right? Enter key also you can press, right? And I'll press the enter key. On the same edit box, send keys dot enter. It will press the enter key. Then next page title will be the title. So you type the headphones now. So I submitted. Now you see the page title will change to a different page title. So title tag, look for the title tag. In the head tag inside only, the title tag will be there. If you're not able to find out, so what you can do, here it is. You can search also. You can perform a search also. So not necessary. You have to keep on searching. You can search the title tag. After that, I'll wait for this element. See that this results I'll wait. So I'll open my this selectors hub. Select open selectors hub. So I'll get this element XPath and so you can see here we have a XPath. I think this is the wrong. See that selectors hub is not giving a correct. But if it is changes, if you change a different one, and it won't work, right? This is not giving a correct one. See that? That's a problem with this selectors hub, and this is not the right one. I'll write my own XPath. I'll write my own XPath. This is not helping. Selectors hub is not helping. I'll write my own XPath. See that? Where it is starting? See the breadcrumb. This is the breadcrumb we call this. From here onwards, you can start and you can drill down here. Or you can do top small also. From here to here, you can write also. So I'll write I'll take this one only. I don't want to go very this value I'll take. Then directly span tag I'll write. Control F. So and you can keep as it is this one, double forward slash div square bracket @class equal to class value. That now it is recognizing this span. There are 3 spans are there, but you can use span 1. See, now 1 of 1 it is going to represent. So 1 of 1 it is going to represent. If you want span 2 headphones also, you can use span 2. So it will represent all of them. So, but I want this one only. Just count is there or not, that's enough. You verify. So that's how you can, if you are able to construct the XPath, it's very, very good. If you're not able to do that, it's a problem. So wait for the search results count breadcrumb, that we call breadcrumbs, and wait dot until expected conditions dot presence of element located or visibility of element, both I'll call, so that it is easy for you to remember at least a few of them. So then I'm going to wait for the visibility of that element. Wait dot until expected conditions dot visibility of element located. So I can give y dot XPath, give XPath. Visibility means it should visible for the WebDriver. Until that it will wait. That's the visibility of this method. And now, so that is done. I want to scroll now. You create first process, scroll using event firing WebDriver. So you need to create object for event firing WebDriver class. So event equal to new event firing, so WebDriver class. I need to pass the driver here. I need to pass the driver. So import this class from org.openkey.selenium.support.ua package. Now I can call scroll down. Scroll down. I'm scrolling down. I need to write a small method, right? Take screenshot method I need to write. So how to write a take screenshot method? Now we'll write that take. For this, what you can do here is, and we need one more thing, and that is another file we need, one more jar file we need, that you need to download. So let's download that, and you need to add that downloaded file to the our project, WebDriver project. So go to Google and just type Maven repository. So can you all type this and download it? Maven repository. Just mvnrepository.com you type. So it will open. mvnrepository.com you type, it will download. So then we need a commons.io jar file we need. Commons.io jar. So commons.io jar, this is the one, first one we need. So you search commons.io jar, then you'll get a Apache Commons.io. So this Apache Commons.io library contains utility classes, stream implementations, file filters, file comparators, all this file manipulation you can do with this jar file. So just click on this. You need to download this. So the version you take, whatever it is, 2.8, you take it. Here you have a jar. Can you see this jar? Click on this jar, it will download. Click on this jar, it will download. So download this jar and add this jar to your project. Add this jar to the project. So I'm going to add this jar to the project. Just show, I'll go to this and I'll take this jar file. Okay, executable jar file. This is the executable jar file. I'll place it in the D drive, my WebDriver jars, and I have commons.io folder I created. Here I have. Already I have. I am going to place it. Okay. So this one I need to add to my project. How to add to the project? So go to the project, right click on the project, and then build path, configure build path, and add that jar file. So add external jars and go back. Where is that file? So that file is in the commons IO, and this is the one. So just select that, apply and close. After adding, apply and close. Now I need to add the this. I need to declare first WebDriver as a global variable, because I'm going to use in the two methods. So private static WebDriver equal to null, and I need to remove this driver type. You need to remove. You need to call directly that driver. You need to call. So what I'm going to write a method here is, so private static, so void capture screenshot, and you can give a string, screen name, screenshot name you can give. So what screenshot you want to take, that screenshot you can give it. Then so first one is a file, so src equal to takes a screenshot of a driver, so import this from org.openqa.selenium, and here also you wrap it, entire thing you wrap it. Dot get the screenshot. You can see that get the screenshot as output type dot file format I want. So this is the one you need to do. So this type you can remove, no, not an issue. Okay. Now this file you need to import from java.io package. So it's done. Now after that, we need to generate this. So you got into one file variable. I need to copy it to some other location. So in this project directory under src, I'll create one more folder. That is screenshot folder I'll create. That folder inside I'm going to place it. Okay, fine. But I want a generic dynamic screenshot. How can you generate a dynamic? So create object. I will add the date so that it will be dynamic every time. Date and time will be different, right? Create date object. So date b equal to new date. So just java.util package, you just import that. So now this screenshot I'm going to append that date. So what I'm going to do, the screenshot equal to, so d dot toString method I'm converting to string format. Then I'm replacing, so replace method I'm using. So what this will do is, and here a colon is coming in the date. I have shown you same thing in the Java. I don't know whether you remembered or not. So under with underscore I'm joining. Again one more time I'm calling replace method. So what this will do, and this has a space. That space I'm replacing with underscore again. Underscore. Now after that again I want to add this. So I want to append this, right? This I'll append string plus this. So this at the end I want to put this. So this date I want to put at the end. So at the end I want to put this so that it will be easy for me to get that JPG. S.jpg. So this is how you need to create a dynamic screenshot. Then this screenshot we need to copy it. There is a, I'm going to copy the file to destination. Now this is the source. You have a source. So I need to copy it to destination. So for that we are going to use a file utils class. This file utils class is coming from, just now we added a executable jar file, right? From that jar file, this class is coming. File utils dot copy file. Copy file method. You have to see that source file and destination file. You have to place it. Otherwise, yeah, this one source file. This is the already src is a source. So in the destination file, what I'm going to do, destination file I'm going to create. File destination equal to new file. So I'm going to give the destination file system dot get property. So get properties, I want to get my user dot dir will give fill this project location. For that I need to append. Then under SRC, to SRC directory, SRC, and then screenshot folder. For that I need to append this screenshot name. The screenshot name, whatever you are giving, that I want to append here. So this is the file. This is my destination file. So this is the destination file. Add throws declaration. So that will come. So this is the complete method I can call wherever I need, right? Same method I'm going to call here now. See that? So I'll scroll. First, let's scroll. Event dot execute script. There is an execute script method, and give the window dot scroll by. So I already told this code, right? I already explained this method. So this complete code 0, 2500 pixels I'm giving 2500 pixels, and second one I'm giving blank. I'm not giving second argument, leaving blank. So then you take the screenshot. If you want to give some thread dot slip, you just give a thread dot slip. Just take screenshot directly. So this method I'm going to call. So after scrolling, it will immediately take the screenshot, and the screenshot name you have to give. What is the screenshot name? I'm giving event scroll down. Okay, event scroll down I'm giving. So wherever you are calling the method, you have to add throws declaration. Throws declaration I'm adding. Done. After that, you scroll up. Maybe I'll give some thread dot slip here. Just wait for a few, just 2 seconds will wait. So 2 seconds I'll wait. After that, scroll up and call this same code as it is. So scroll up means you have to just do minus. That's it. Scroll up and event scroll up. I'll give event scroll up. That's done. After that, first part is done. Second part, second way to scroll using maybe thread dot slip I'll use here also, because some gap will give. After that, scroll using JavaScript executor interface. So JavaScript executor. So JSX equal to driver. If I assign driver variable, it will throw error. See that? JavaScript executor from this org.openqa.selenium. Then driver is throwing an exception. So add cast to JavaScript executor. That you will get. Then remaining code is similar. So repeat this, but only with the JavaScript executor you are doing. So I'll give this time 5,500, and just give 5,000 only. 5,000. But this time JS scroll down. Through JavaScript executor you are doing JS scroll down, scroll up. So that's it. Same code, no change. So then capture C, the method, how many times I am calling capture. This is what you need to do. Methods creation. Some code is repeating, you have to do this. So this is done, and I want to scroll. Third one I'm showing. Scroll for particular element. I want to scroll for particular element. Which element? So here you have a back to top element. So back to top element, right? So for this element, I'm going to scroll. So this element I want to scroll down, back to top. So maybe we'll try selector sub. So what it is going to give, from there we can take it up. Yeah, it is giving span class, this one. Maybe we can copy this. This also fine. So I'm going to use, first I will identify that element. So web element, back to top element, driver dot find element. So by dot xpath, you can give xpath. That's it. So for this element, I need to scroll. So how can you do that? Again, JSX dot execute script. So what is the code we need to write? Within double quotes, arguments of 0 dot scroll into view. Scroll into view method you have to write that, put a true and semicolon, and here you give second argument as a this element. Now I can take the screenshot of this element also. Only this element I can take screenshot. Right? Only this element I want to take screenshot. I can take that screenshot. See that? So another one is coming. Taking screenshot of back to top element. So already in the element you have a get screenshot method, right? So you can do file element as screenshot equal to that element. So this element dot get the screenshot method is there. See that element inside also the method is there. Get screenshot as method. Output type dot file type. I want file type, and this you can copy to a location wherever you want. So for that you have to use file utils dot copy file. So the source file is element screenshot, and destination I need to give the same destination. I'll give this destination. Maybe you can make this as a global variable also. This you can make it as a global variable also. Otherwise, let me make this as a global variable. Private static file. So this destination, so that I don't need to write every time. It's a destination file, so that I can use this destination. But I need to add differently this one. Again, it will add. No, this doesn't work out. So anyhow, I'll give this. Let me write this. I'll take this destination till here. So what I need to do, this element screenshot, I need to paste it here, right? That element screenshot, then this destination. I'll just give this. Okay. So this is the one. It will copy there. It will copy there. So this is the one thing. And the next one is you need to click on this back to top. It will go up. So let's click on back to top link. So I'll click on this back to top. Direct element, you have element dot click method. So done. So that's the next fourth one. Scroll based on keys enum. Keys enum, we need to scroll. So let's see how to scroll based on the keys. So driver dot, you need to use a for loop because it will otherwise one time if you call driver dot find element by dot tag name body send keys dot down small, it will scroll down. But you want more number of times. I can use int I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Then it will show little bit. Otherwise even 5 also I'll put it 10 so that it will 10 times it will scroll down. So I can do driver dot find element. So by dot tag name, it's a body tag. So body means entire page. Dot send keys dot down key. So down key you send it. You want to scroll again, you want to take a screenshot, you can take the screenshot. So it's up to you. A capture screenshot method you can call. Maybe after this, I can call. So after this, the keys down scroll. Keys scroll down. So after this, again scroll up with a. So you just need to call up key. It will scroll up. So scroll keys scroll up. It will capture the scroll up. So this is the how to do scroll down and scroll up and take the screenshot. All this. Even particular section also you can take the screenshot. So maybe you want particular section, you can take the screenshot. Entire this part. So this entire div you can identify as a web element. You can take the screenshot. Call the get screenshot as method. It will take the screenshot. So let's run this. Then we can close the class today. Here. So tomorrow we are going to start JUnit framework. Tomorrow we are going to start JUnit framework. So a framework mode we are entering. Till now we have written with the main method. So tomorrow onwards you are not going to use at all main method. So in the real time we are not going to use main method at all. Okay, back to top. Scroll down for back to top. I think it's failing here. Yeah. The file name, directory name, volume label syntax is incorrect. So line number, see that? Line number 100. This is how to debug. So line number 100 and then copy file. So the copy file method, this is where we are getting a problem here. So the dot jpg, I need to give dot jpg. I need to give. So I forgot this. So this is the one. Now see, if you refresh your project, already this created. You can see. So whatever it is created, you see it is created. Screenshot folder is not created. Okay. Okay. So a small mistake we did. So we have to give this also like this. Then it will place there. Otherwise it won't place. Already it has took and placed it directly in the SRC, but that's not I want. I want under particular directory. So this screenshot directory I want. So I'll delete all these things. Delete all these things. I want under one folder. I don't want in a particular thing. So now run this. So a lot of failures will come, but we have to see the error and run the programs. Then it will be easy for you to understand. First, read the exception. Carefully read the exception, and then level by level you trace out the reason for that. You read. Without reading, I got an error. So don't do that. First, read and understand the exception. Then try to go to line number. So it will be given line number there. Based on that line number, you can get it. Right? So that is what we are going to do. Again failed. Something wrong. The file or directory, so line number 100. Element screenshot, we are getting element. Destination file. Okay. Insert missing codes. Okay. Now it is ready. Let's see that. Same thing, it failed. Now let's run this. See that the file is not closing every time. You observe that. Yes, in that line it failed and it terminating. Next lines of code is not executing. That's why you need to add a try catch blocks. So that failure happens, the next code will execute. So driver.close you add in the finally block. So that your code will execute and it will close every time browser. Otherwise browser is open and unnecessarily the thing is keep occupying the space. Memory is occupying. Again it failed. IO exception. Screenshot exists, but it is a directory. That's what we are asking to copy here. Scrolling up. Then again scroll down 5000 pixels. Scroll up and again scroll to back to top. This is the where we are getting a problem. Then it failed. Okay, this file we need to copy here. Why it is not able to copy? Chrome driver say it should copy, right? Copy file. So it created. So copy. Okay. See that every time we are running, it is so the element it's not copy. Copy file. The destination I'm going to give under screenshot. Why it's not copy? See that with the date you are going to get. That's the way you will get it. See event scroll, JS scroll down, scroll up, and you will get that. Maybe I don't want to stop this. What I'll do a try catch block here. So this is the line it is throwing an exception for me. I will add these two lines, these lines, the try catch block. So I don't want to stop my entire code, right? Add a try catch block. Okay, so let's continue. So with this, even failure occurs also, I want to delete this. So I'll add again. I'll run again so that it will be available. So entire code will execute at least. So that's a try catch block advantage. The rest of the code should continue, right? There's no dependency on that. So we are not able to test next one. Okay, so this also failed. See that. So why this is not able to click? We need to find out. To be added, right?
Sir, ఒకసారి 89 కోడింగ్ చూసారా?
89 it's not failing for us.
It's a 90 sir. JST అని రాసున్నారు. JS scroll up, JST scroll up అని ఉంది. It's right. అది కరెక్టేనా?
JSX is correct only.
Okay.
This is correct only. JSX only. But problem here is here. And let me see the help show view console line number 102. Why it's not continuing is it is in the try block. Catch block will catch that and it should continue. It's not continuing. Okay. Anyhow, this taking a screenshot of particular element. I'll just comment out this. I don't want to block you all. Let's run this next one. Whether next statement is executing or not, we need to see that. So back to top is clicking or not. So you're going fine. And again, scrolling up. Again, scroll down with the JSX. Scroll up with the JSX. And it is, yes, now it's going fine. You see that. This is the keys enum related. And perfectly closed. We can see all the screens. Now go here, just refresh your browser, right? A screenshot folder will generate. So screenshot folder is generated and you can see the screenshot. If you want any screenshot, what you can do, right click, properties, and copy and paste in the browser, any browser. Just go to any browser, just copy paste here. The path, the screenshot this is the screenshot it has taken. So this is the use. Why do you need a screenshots? So when there are errors to debug, and the screenshots will help us. That's the reason we need to add all the screenshots, right? Otherwise, so how can you debug? So error occurs, where error occurred, and how do you know that? That's the reason we are going to take this, and you need to place it in some folder so that you can use it later for debugging purpose. If test case fails, you can use this, right? Test case is not failing, you don't need to bother about that. So that's this how to take the screenshots. Maybe some other location I'll show you how to capture the screenshot for particular element, particular thing, maybe in our next sessions. So that's all for the day. Keep practicing all this. With this code, I'll show you in the next so programs, some other place, how to take the screenshot of particular element and those things. So maybe adding something, we are doing something wrong. I'll just see that why it is not working. Okay, so that's all for the day, and all basics are done. So now we are left with frameworks. We are entering in the framework mode. JUnit and TestNG frameworks, we're going to see next tomorrow's class onwards.